Thanks and welcome to join me. I'm Kejang Henry at Tim. Before the news, let's begin with our top stories. Court refuses habeas corpus by CRM detainees convicted for insurrection. Professor Alain Fougué and others are back at the Kondege Bonki House after the refutal. And what chance for the AFCON 2023 qualifier? Football pundits continue to pour anger, questioning whether or not it is time for Rigobert Song Bahanak to be shown the doors. Those were headlines. Join me, I'm Kejang Henry at Timbe. You can hook up with our social media on Canal International on YouTube and on Facebook. The treasurer of the Cameroon Renaissance Movement, Professor Alex, was rejected by the presiding judge at the Fundi Court of First Instance. They have been, or the 7 others actually saw their case adjourned to April 25, 2023. And these militants of the Cameroon Renaissance Movement have been in detention since 2020. Beatrice Ngamo was at the court.
About 40 days to the 6 months deadline given by the Working Group of the United Nations Human Rights Council on arbitrary detention for the government of Cameroon to immediately release the CRM peaceful marchers in detention, the habeas corpus request and hearing Tuesday before the Court of First Instance in Yaoundé won with high expectations. But the presiding judge's ruling, as unfounded, reveals the determined image of Cameroon's justice on the matter. They continue to think that the arrests and detentions are legitimate, legal, and non-arbitrary. It is for these reasons that the release appeal does not have any solid facts or reason.
Le juge d'habeas corpus a procédé au rejet de 5 demandes.
The collective of lawyers for the defense of CRM detainees says they will file appeal within the legal 5 days period on the matter. A great international abuse there is, which, like others, they say needs to be trashed as well. The deliberation on the 5th of some 7 other CRM detainees is next April 25th, and it will be coming after that of the spokesman of Maurice Kamto, Olivier Bibou Nisak, scheduled for April the 18th. The Cameroon Renaissance Movement CRM militants have been in detention since November 2020 with many charges.
Thanks very much. In strict compliance with electoral law, conducted with professionalism, fairness and serenity. Eno Abrams Egbe was speaking today.
The entire processes of the March 12 senatorial elections have come to 10 regions of the country. Members of the Electoral Board, sitting for the 5th session as of right, relating to the senatorial polls as they return from the field. And in his opening statement at the LECAM headquarters in Yaoundé this March 29, Elections Cameroon Board Chair Eno Abrams Egbe presented a positive balance sheet.
The majority of the preliminary reports received so far concluded that the elections of senators of 12 March 2023 was highly professional, transparent and fair. This success, like any teamwork, is a collective input of all stakeholders to the electoral process who respected the agreements outlined in the Code of Conduct, all of which deserves to be commended and encouraged to the fullest. The political parties effectively represented in the polling stations actively took part in the various vote counting commissions' work with democratic fair play and Republican patience until the final results were proclaimed by the Constitutional Council. In one word, bravo to all stakeholders.
He, however, urges all ELECAM stakeholders to continue ameliorating the loopholes to improve on the democracy of the country by organizing more credible elections.
And 1 year after it was set up, the Office of the Public Independent Conciliator for the Northwest region of Cameroon has published its first ever report. The report was served to the press after it was forwarded to the
Received and
1 month after submitting his report to the President of the Republic, the Public Independent Conciliator for the Northwest region has made public the same report in accordance with its law of creation. In a recent press conference in Bamenda, the head of the now 1-year-old institution read out what he submitted to the highest office in Cameroon.
Received and treated 44 complaints, organized capacity building seminars for stakeholders and community-based actors, and then 2 mass media sensitization campaigns.
The first ever report also notes some challenges, which include
create income generation their youthful and productive populations.
Herself a newborn baby in the organizational chart in the region, the office of the PIC also suffers a fair share of what bedevils the smooth functioning of activities. Reason for some recommendations. Created by presidential decree as an upshot of the special status, the office of the PIC is compelled to hand in an annual report of her activities, essentially bordering on the relationship between regional and local councils and amicable settlement of disputes when they do arise.
And small and medium-sized enterprises have been schooled on the mechanisms to access finances and opportunities they could grab as the African Continental Free Trade Zone is being put in place. Now, this was during a capacity-building workshop that took place in Douala. Ambo Gladys Dibang was part of that.
How to access finances, diversify businesses, and overcome regular challenges they face in the management of their daily activities, especially with the payments of taxes. This is the focus of this capacity building workshop in Douala, March 28, 2023.
The purpose of this seminar was to show to the participants the importance of OTVP, how should that pay, and what.
I have learned a lot, especially when it comes to tax declaration. There are a lot of taxes that come up, especially people who are not aware they have to pay too much. It is educating them to go and declare their taxes, and at the same time they earn the benefits that CGR is offering them. We also stand to learn how we can benefit from loans with other companies like credit companies.
The opportunities offered by the African Continental Free Trade Agreement are highlighted, and enterprises urged to take advantage of the common market to boost their activities.
We are receiving all the support and information regarding ZLECAF agreement and regarding also APE agreement.
We have 8 companies that today are doing implementation of ZLECAF in Africa. And we already have some companies who have made the impression.
It was equally an occasion to inform the enterprises that regular updates of information related to their businesses and being affiliated to business associations will permit them have periodic information that will help them once they intend to venture into a new business.
Following a tripartite agreement signed between Cameroon, India and Germany to boost production in that sector. In fact, the fallouts of what is known as the pilot phase of the project. Hyacin Chia reports.
A fruitful tripartite collaboration between Cameroon, India and Germany on potato seed production by rotated apical cuttings as the pilot phase comes to an end with promising results.
The pilot project has been a success, and we hope that productivity of potato production will increase significantly in this country.
The initiative not only will it solve the enormous difficulties plaguing potato farmers in Cameroon, it will equally elevate the production in both quantity and quality.
Farmers, I thought, when they plant it once, the next time the production falls. But now with this laboratory and with this technology, we are able to produce our own seeds, the seeds that we want.
Piloted by the Institute of Agricultural Research for Development, IRAD, the project will enable farmers have seed within a shortest intervals.
With the conventional methods, we produce one seed, but with this one plant will produce 10,000. And it makes it in a very short interval. We used to use 3 years to provide seeds to farmers, but with this technology, 3 months, farmers have their seeds.
This is a sample of the technical process of multiplying the seeds.
When you cut, you plant, 2 weeks later, it gives something like this, well established. Then from here, you take it to the field.
While presenting the result this March 28 in Yaoundé, under the patronage of the Ministry of Scientific Research and Innovation, the stakeholders reviewed the action plan of the project for full implementation.
And pundits continue to pour anger, questioning whether or not it is time for Rigobert Song Bahana to be shown the door, while others are.
In the eyes of sport reporters, the outing of the indomitable Lions against the Warriors of Namibia this Tuesday was nothing but a show of shame and an exhibition of incompetence and unseriousness.
Very, very disappointing, because just like in the first leg where they were not very realistic in front of the goal, they played yesterday as if there was no creativity, long balls that were really very blind.
We saw a lackluster attitude from the entire team. From all the compartments, from the defense through the midfield to the attack, you didn't see that fighting spirit of a team like the indomitable Lions, who have conquered Africa, who have won 5 Africa Cup of Nations. Even an Elite One match in Cameroon would have been much better than what we saw from the Cameroon team.
The tactical dispositions of head coach Rigobert Song Bahana, they say, remains questionable.
I expected to see a player like Kemen. It was given to that player in South Africa, and we begin to question what does the coach really want? Does he have, preference for some particular players?
4 draws and just 3 victories. A disappointing report card, they lament.
All of us are disappointed because Cameroon football has never gone down this low in decades. We have a national team, as head coach of the indomitable Lions, but we are not having the results.
While hoping that Rigobert Song may turn the page with time, many say it would be noble of him to step down.
Many have been of the opinion that he should go. I'm not of that opinion, but I want to believe that if things are not going, it is very easy to...
Though sitting second on the classification table at the moment, Cameroon's qualification for the AFCON in Ivory Coast remains under threats.
Imagine that if Burundi were to beat Namibia in the next game. Now, Namibia has already qualified. Burundi will be coming to Yaoundé knowing that they will give in their all to either pick a draw or beat Cameroon and go to Côte d'Ivoire. So it's possible for Cameroon to qualify, but they are not going to have it on the platter of gold.
And that final battle against Burundi comes up on September 4th, 2023 in Yaoundé.
Thanks very much, Hassan Chow, with that report there, drawing the curtains for this edition of the 6:50 News. I've been Kejang Henry Atimbe, thanking you graciously for being there, standing in our studios in